Hey guys, this is Jean-Claude, and before we start today's video, I just want to say thank you very much. We hit 1,000 subscribers over the weekend. This is mind-blowing. Something I never expected. I mean, honestly, when I hit 30 subscribers, I was blown away. And every one of you that has joined at that point or since then, I thank every one of you. This is just incredible. I do have 1,000 subscriber video kind of planned. It's going to take a lot more work compared to a typical video, so I want to make sure I do it right. And I will hopefully get that up within like a week or so. So give me just a little bit of time because I'm hoping I can do something great. I don't know. It's all in my head right now. All right. So as a mini celebration, we were going to do our opening up of both Cota and Age of Ascension. As you see right here, I had it ready to go. This was going to be our video for today. And I said, you know what? It's 1,000 subscribers. I had to find another one of these. We have ourselves another Worlds Collide 2-player starter. We're going to open up a deck. That way you guys can see some brand new cards. We still haven't seen Star Alliance. It'd be amazing if we could find Star Alliance. I mean, honestly, the set looks so good. I don't care what houses we find. I just would personally like to see a little bit of what Star Alliance has to offer. Sorion has been amazing. Dis has been good. Logos, man, we've had some good ones. There's just so many great cards in this new set. I can't wait to discover them all. All right, let's just take the top deck here. Throw that all aside. Ooh, throw the deck also. And let's see what we have inside today's deck. Looks like a green Archon. And the first house is Dis. Our second house, Shadows. And our third house, Untamed. Okay, so no brand new house specific to Worlds Collide. But 3 great houses typically. Professor W. Jengla. Whoa, holy heck. Look at this Archon. That is crazy looking. Check out those legs. It has like kind of like bone wings in the back. It's juggling maybe some balls, or it's maybe making them levitate like rocks or something. That is really cool looking. Its arms are way wide out. Love this Archon. Let's check out what's inside the deck. All right, we are starting off with Untamed. It's Panpaka Jaga, 3-power skirmish. Creatures to the left of Panpaka Jaga in the battle line gain skirmish. Nature's Call. Amber, whenever you play, return up to 3 cards to the owner's hand. Such a good card. A lot of times just returning creatures to your opponent's hand kind of chains them and slows down how fast they can go through the deck, so that's awesome. And we have a brand new card. It's Gabuk. 5-power destroyed. Discard the top card of your deck. If it is a creature after Gabuk leaves play, put that creature into play in Gabuk's position in the battle line. Wow, that is really interesting. So it's great in a heavy creature deck, and it goes back into its place. That could create some very cool situations. Flaxia's 4-power. Play. Gain 2 Amber if you control more creatures than your opponent. Unsuspecting Prey. Have not seen this yet. Deal 2 damage to up to 3 undamaged creatures. Okay, that's pretty good. Takes out a lot of elusive creatures and tiny ones. Unnatural Selection is board control as well. Amber, whenever you play it, choose 3 friendly creatures and 3 enemy creatures. Destroy each other creature. So each player will keep up to 3 creatures. Song of the Wild. For the remainder of the turn, each friendly creature gains Reap. Gain 1 Amber. So good. And a second Song of the Wild. Okay, hold on. We need creatures with this, though. Don't give me all these cards that are great for supporting creatures. We need creatures. Rustnar's 4-power. Fight. Destroy an artifact. If that artifact had an Amber bonus, you gain that much Amber. Regrowth. Amber, whenever you play it, return a creature from your discard pile to your hand. Key Charge. Lose 1 Amber. If you do, you may forge a key at current cost. Hold up. Let's just see something here real quick. We got Panpaka. We got Flaxia. We had that new guy, Gabuk. Rustnar. Okay, so 4 creatures. A little bit like, come on. If there's going to be 1 card left, please just let it be a creature. Oh, and it is Imprinted Murmuk. 3-power elusive. Your keys cost -1 Amber. Wow, so it can survive a fight and your keys cost 1 less. That is a really neat card. Now we are on to Shadows, and I have never seen this before. Finch Cloak, 4-power. Fight Reap. If you have less Amber than your opponent, steal 1. Otherwise, each player gains 1 Amber. Okay, this is pretty neat. So you're either stealing, or if you and your opponent are tied or you're ahead, this is actually getting you 2 Amber. Sure, it does give your opponent 1, but it pushes your lead. That's a really neat card. Settle Maul is an artifact action. Your opponent discards a random card from their hand. Settle Chain. And whenever you play it, your opponent discards a random card from their hand. Hidden Stash, amber whenever you play it, archive a card. Alright, we got the chain game, goes great with that subtle chain. You're about to see why. 3 power, after you play subtle chain, you ready chain gain. Action, steal an amber. Shuffle a subtle chain from your discard pile into your hand. So good. So no matter what, you can always use the action of stealing an amber. You have a chance to be able to use it twice in turn if you have the subtle chain. And if the subtle chain is already in your discard pile, you're able to return it back to your deck. Just a really powerful combo of cards. Brand the Fanatic is 3 power. Skirmish, play. Your opponent gains 1 amber, but when it's destroyed, you steal 3 amber. So if we have a way to kill this, that's actually great amber control. Mug, amber whenever you play it. Move 1 amber from a creature to your pool. Deal 2 damage to that creature. Too bad this didn't do 3 damage. That can take care of Brand immediately. Oh, but we do have a second mug. Interesting. Hugger Mugger, 3 power. Elusive, play. Capture 1 amber. Then, if your opponent has more forged keys than you, you steal 1. Okay, so it's a way to catch up to your opponent, and it is capturing. It is elusive, so it's kind of a new take on old Bruno. It captures less, but it does have a chance to steal. Pretty interesting. Hawk is 1 amber whenever you play it. Destroy an artifact. If you do, you gain an amber. Wow. Like Shadows actually needed this effect. That is so crazy. Destroying an artifact and getting 2 amber. That's big. Hit and run. Deal 2 damage to a creature. Return a friendly creature to your hand. That's pretty nice too. And also another way to help us kill that Brand. So if we have this plus the mugs, that's taking out Brand right then and there. Hey, Vinda is 4 power. Reap. Deal 1 damage to a creature. If this damage destroys that creature, your opponent discards a random card from their hand. Okay, not bad. And look who made a return. It's Onyx Knight. We're on to disc, guys. 4 power. Play. Destroy each creature with odd power. Right there. That takes care of Brand. That's amazing. So now we can have Brand out, and here's a card without any other effort. Onyx Knight takes care of it. That is actually pretty sweet in this deck. Key to Disc will do it as well. It's an artifact. Omni. Sacrifice Key to Disc. Destroy each creature. I love the mind games this plays with your opponent. That is so good. Spider is 2 power. Skirmish. Spider gains poison while attacking an enemy creature on the flank, so that can take out big boys. Poltergeist is a nice addition to any deck. Amber whenever you play it. Use an artifact controlled by any player as if it was yours. Destroy that artifact. Blood Shard Imp is 2 power. After a creature reaps, its controller must sacrifice it. Rotgub, 1 power. Play, your opponent loses 1 amber. Reap, you archive it. Okay, that's pretty good. So if you can keep this guy out, you can keep returning it so your opponent loses the amber. That can really add up over time. Imp Spectre is 2 power. Destroyed. Purge a random card from your opponent's hand. We saw this last time. I do love these effects that are taking cards out of your opponent's hand. It's even better since it's purging it. They're not just discarding it. And just like the other deck, we have 2 Imp Inspectors. Exhume. Amber, whenever you play it, choose a creature in your discard pile. You may play that creature as if it belonged to the active house and was in your hand. We're going to have to go back through this deck and see what we can target with this. I'm already thinking of a couple cards, but that's pretty cool. Exhume might have been the best card in AoA, and I'm happy to see it return to Worlds Collide because it is just so good. Oh, and we have a second Exhume. Buzzle, 3 power. Skirmish. Play Fight. You may purge 1 of Buzzle's neighbors. If you do, ready Buzzle. Man, that's a shame that it says purge. If this was destroy 1 of the neighbors, there would have been another target for Brand. Also could have set some plays in the same turn where we could have then brought back creatures with Exhume and got their play effects again. Gosh, I really would have loved to see destroy there, not just purge. But this is a decent card. And the last card of the deck is Binding Irons. Your opponent gains 3 chains. Alright, so let's go back through this. And one of the first things I want to see before we get into Amber, I want to check out what sort of cards we could bring back with these 2 Exhumes. So sometimes just bringing back Inspectors could be nice, because then we can actually remove more cards from our opponent's hands. The Rotgub for Amber Control is pretty nice. Onyx Knight, in case we had to play it early. Replay it is pretty good. Let's see here. Hit and Run, actually, making some of these play effects come back is going to be really good. You know what? We will discuss that in a moment. Let's get all the Amber up first, because I feel like we have a lot of good play effects and ways to return them, so we'll discuss that with the strategy part of the deck. So let's see here. Poltergeist. Hawk is good. There we go, Mugs. Brand is definitely going to get us some Amber. Make sure this guy, this guy can create more Amber, but we're not going to necessarily count that one. Reducing our key cost could do something. Man, is that almost like an Amber, but at the same time it is not. Rustnar we won't count. Song of Spring might actually be questionable in here, because I think we only had 4 untamed creatures. Oops. Alright, so we have 1, 3, 4. We'll count those 2 as only 1, so it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, gonna hope for 15 there. 16, 17, 18. That's pretty solid. Even if we only count Hawk as 1 amber, that's still 17, and that's a really solid amber number right there. So I like seeing that. Let's pull up all the play effect creatures as well as the cards that can return them so we can really look at this package. So things like Nature's Call, the Flaxia for sure will be up there. Regrowth is bringing creatures back, so we're going to count that. See, so we got play effect there, but we're looking more for the destroyed. I don't think we want to keep giving them amber, but I think this is a good card to keep bringing back because I think we'll get to steal with it each time. But I guess we won't set that up for now. Exhumes. Okay, Buzzle has a play effect. Could matter. Rotgub. Onyx Knight against the right decks can do a lot of damage. Hit and Run's returning. Hugger Mugger, okay, we have a chance to steal if our opponent's ahead. Okay, so as far as the play effects, we have Hugger Mugger, we have Onyx Knight, Rotgub, and Buzzle. So it's not looking quite as good as I was hoping it would, but I think it's because I'm considering the Brend coming back is really powerful. So I guess we're going to have to put him up there because we have multiple ways to try and kill this guy, and returning him and stealing 3 is it's almost like we're going to be able to swindle multiple times in the game. So I think that's pretty important to put that there. Exhume, Regrowth, there's a bunch of different ways we get this guy back. We also get back to Onyx Knight. We can just take care of it, even if without having to use our action spells. So that's pretty good. In worst case scenario, if we're ahead in creatures, playing Flaxia each time for 2 amber is getting you that much closer into the game, and Flaxia constantly coming back is very powerful. So, let's see here. Yeah, these Songs of the Wilds, I feel like they're not going to do too much. So this deck had a decent amount of discard. We had a little bit of ways to do damage. We had 2 artifact control, which is really nice. Key to Dis is actually a big board wipe, so I like seeing that in here. Subtle Maul's also making them discard. There was, what, like maybe 4 or 5 cards are making them discard? Plus you have things like Binding Irons, reducing the cards in their hand. That's pretty nice. I wish the Untamed would have been a little bit better. Okay, you got some chip damage again here with Unsuspecting Prey. If we would have had a few more Untamed creatures, this would have been pretty nice. As a matter of fact, let's pull up all the creatures so we can see what the total count of those are. Nothing real big to take care of our opponent's board. Unless it comes down to the Pampaka Jaga, allowing us to have Skirmish and taking out a bunch of them. Otherwise, a lot of these creatures are just gonna die. But that might be okay, as long as we can rush out the Amber. Got a Key Charge to help as well, so they can't take the Amber after we've generated it on a decent Untamed turn. Alright, so let's count them up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 17 creatures. Okay, so right at average for the creature count. We should be able to fill up our board pretty well. 4 Untamed. Let me see how many were in Shadows. Let's kind of actually separate the Dis and Shadows, just so I know whenever we call those houses, how many creatures I can expect to see for each one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in Shadows. We knew the 4 Untamed there. Oh, 5 in Untamed. Oh, okay, that's better. I forgot that this Murmook came after the Key Charge. I'm so used to Key Charge being the last card you see in an Untamed house, so that's actually even better than I was expecting. So 5 there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in Dis. So our creature spread per house is actually pretty good. That's not bad at all, guys. As far as the strategy for this deck, I said it's got a little bit of the removal. You know, the Onyx Knight, the Key to Dis, the small chip damage. It's got a decent amount of making our opponent have less cards in their hand. And I think it has quite a bit of unique effects that will really help this deck stand out. Let's check out the Amber Control. We didn't do that earlier. So we have 1, 2, 3. So he's not seeing these cards, so I don't know what they all do. Yeah, okay, so the Amber Control is light again. What's going on with my decks and having light Amber Control lately? But these 3 are pretty nice. I said the Brand being able to abuse it several times could come into play, and that could make this deck really shine if we can get that early. Once again, still no ratings. I do feel like this one is a little bit weaker again. The last 2 have been a little bit weaker in my opinion. I think a big part of it is the Amber Control. Alright guys, thanks for watching my videos, and I will see you next time.